The June sell-off lower Bollinger Band 4 days in a row versus the September sell-off 4 Bollinger Bands. Which is worse? Let's check out the order flow. Take a look at the 24-hour chart on the M2K Russell small cap in June, where we went lower Bollinger Band 4 days in a row. Notice here the product here was strong selling with cumulative delta trending down and the pace of the bids pretty high versus September. 4 days down, especially here, the September 1st really goes down to a low, and we tap it Friday the 2nd. Again, strong selling on the product delta and the cumulative delta here below trending down. But notice how the pace here wasn't a frantic sell-off. So people sitting in benchmark indexes last week, micros on the MES 277, minus 413 on the M2K, and Bitcoin minus 1.32. Let's go to the 120 order flow chart. All right, this is the 120, my key navigational order flow chart. Number one, the red line at the top is an 1847, not quite 1850. That's where we're on non-farm payroll. We couldn't do it. Notice how this bid control hits with this little red dot, and we go back all the way down almost to the lower Bollinger Band. This green triangle is a minus 20 delta, and the prior day before non-farm payroll, this double bottom here was a minus 527. So that's very interesting for the new week coming up, because again, look at the strength of the punches on the selling was already letting up, and that was again a minus 527, and then the cumulative delta supply again was starting to lighten. But we did have people not wanting to hold over the long Labor Day weekend, so I think we just closed it out here. So I walk away here knowing that we are below the M2K September 1st open range, the first 60 seconds of the new month. We couldn't close above it prior to the non-farm payroll. And we've got this triangle here on the minus 20, so it's going to be very interesting on the RTH open. I'll be looking for some buy signals on the shorter time frame. So I've been looking at this chart on Labor Day weekend of finding out why I screwed it up so bad. This was the last trade I was in, and you can see we really drove up here. If you look at these delta numbers up here, we had a real rally after the first hour, and then after this ramp, we had this camp, and I just got real frustrated here. I was taking heat, even though the cumulative delta was going down. So we had no buyers, but there was really no supply taking prices down, and offers weren't being lifted. So we just had this narrow range for the longest time. So I ended up scratching out after a very uncomfortable hour and a half, I don't know, around there. But poor judgment on my part for going in with a heavy amount of size, at least 60% of my size in this short, and ending up scratching it. I'm just trying to learn what I could have done differently, and I don't want to repeat that kind of a trade again in the new week.